Hey guys, I'm Raven Fairbanks. I'm the founder of Golden Compass Senior Advisors, and I've decided, since there's so many things that people don't even know about the senior care industry, I wanted to create this series of podcasts to just teach you more things and introduce you to some of my besties. So Terry, do you mind introducing yourself and say a little bit about you?
I sure don't. My name is Terri Roberts. I'm the Vice President of Business Development at Columbus Hospice of Georgia and Alabama.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. And now that I've done the introduction, we're going to stop being so formal and we're just going to have a conversation.
That sounds great.
So what are some things that are just misconceptions about the hospice world?
That's a great question. A lot of people are scared of just the word hospice. And really what hospice is comfort and care. And, we care for the patients and the families, and we have so many just additional services that hospice can bring to anybody in the community that has a prognosis of 6 months or less to live with a serious illness.
Mm-hmm. Now, but that does not necessarily mean, because no one knows a date or time. There are people that stay on hospice for years or even graduate off of hospice, right?
Yes, that is true. A doctor has to say that individual has, as I mentioned, a prognosis of 6 months or less. Mm-hmm. But when we bring our team in, we have a registered nurse, a social worker, a chaplain, volunteers if they want it. Our physicians they go to a patient wherever they're at. So you have that team, we call it our interdisciplinary team, but they come in and they help care for our patient. And, we help get their pains managed. They can be at their home around all the things that they love, including their family and their pets, which we can talk about that in a little bit also. But we have bereavement that helps with pre-bereavement and after, and there are so many services. So really we want to take the misconception out of the word hospice, but just to bring back all the support that hospice really, brings to the patient and their families. So that's really important.
I agree. So what I hate is that it's so hard for people to have the hard conversation just because of the words that are associated with it. But life should not be so hard for people.
Right.
It shouldn't be so hard for the family members that are helping to take care of someone. So let's just say if a friend or a family member sees that might be a road they need to take, how can they have that conversation?
Well, just, when a lot of times it depends on the disease, disease progression.
Mm-hmm.
We have criteria under each, probably a lot of the diseases that we have in the area: heart disease, lung disease, mm-hmm. cancers. And if a patient or a person meets that criteria, maybe they're going to the emergency room more, or they're unsteady on their feet, they're having falls, they're losing weight. And again, they were diagnosed by a physician. They can just call our main number and ask questions. And the great thing about it is we have a team of nurses that will go out and evaluate that person to see if they're ready for hospice. And what that means, it's something not to be scared of, but just to think of it as so much more care, so much more support that's going to be there until the end. And we do have patients that have been on our program. We want to get them sooner. We don't want to take a patient and they come on our services and they pass away the next day. We want to be able to help them, get them comfortable, get their family around them, and for them to really do as much as they can. Yeah. And we talk a lot about the word palliative, and that means comfort. So we want that patient to be comfortable. We want the family to be there to be able to support and to know that we're there 24/7.
Yeah, I take it as if someone needs hospice, avoiding it is not extending the days. Right. That's just making it harder on every person. But you guys are just there to carry people through the trouble.
Thank you. And two is they can call, and if they're not ready, we have resources that we can share with the family or the person that's calling, regardless who they are. And anybody can make a referral to hospice. So that's one thing that we want to share too out in the community. We're a nonprofit hospice. We cover 11 counties in Georgia, 5 in Alabama. We have the only standalone inpatient facility in the area. We have 25 beds there. Most of our patients are in their homes, and we have patients in nursing homes, assisted living, personal care homes. So we will go wherever that person is and wherever we can help them. That's what we're going to do. And we don't turn anybody away regardless of their ability to pay.
That's amazing. And now you said something about them being at home, but
Yes.
something that does completely set you apart from everyone else around here is the hospice house, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. As I mentioned, we have 25 beds, and I think sometimes when we say hospice house, people think of house as long term, but our hospice house is really short term, and that could be for pain management. Somebody could come in for up to 5 days. We get their pain managed, and they go back home. They go back home around their family, around their pictures, their pets, their grandchildren, and we do pain management. We also do nursing home placement. There might not be a bed at a certain nursing home that the patient's waiting for that. And we've had patients that come in for end of life also. So as we both said, our hospice house, it's a beautiful place. It's peaceful. It's there for anybody that needs us in the community. We have fish ponds. We have turtles out there.
It is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. The flowers are beautiful. There's we have a wonderful facilities manager. Her name is Beth Shields, and does a unbelievable, beautiful, beautiful job. Flowers, and Christmas time, everything is decorated. So, it's not again, with the word hospice, it's not a sad, depressing place. It's a gorgeous place. It's a beautiful place. It's each room is private rooms. We're pet friendly. They can bring their pets in with them also. So, and there's little patios on each room. I can just keep going and on. We've had a patient in the past. I know. We've had a patient in the past. She's called it her spa, coming into the spa. So
I love it. And well, speaking of people from the past,
yes.
I do have the pleasure of knowing a lot of your volunteers, and it does seem that a lot of your volunteers are actually there after they've gone through the experience of using you for a loved one.
Yes.
So can you speak on your volunteer program?
Sure. Our volunteer program is robust, and our biggest need is patient companionship volunteering, and that's sitting with patients, just like the word companionship. Yeah. We do background checks, drug screenings, ongoing education, new volunteer orientation. We have volunteers from 18 years old to 90 years old. And patient companionship, the biggest need, but they help with our fundraisers. They bake birthday cakes. They help with some of the programs that we have. We have the We Honor Veterans program, where we have several volunteers who are retired and active military that will go to a patient, and we have a pinning ceremony. And it sounds like something, it sounds simple, and it's not really that long of a ceremony, but it's so meaningful. And now we're seeing that we're having a lot of Vietnam veterans as patients, and when they came back, they didn't really get a lot of thank yous. So that's something that's extremely important to the patient and their family. So it's something as simple as a lapel pin. We pass out coins to the family, and we have a certificate. And there are folks and our patients and families in the past that we didn't really know if he or she could hear what was going on. And when the volunteer saluted, it always gets me. They salute back, and it's unbelievable.
Do not cry.
I know.
If you cry, I will cry. They will cry. So let's not do that.
I know. It's just so very, very special.
That's
and sometimes
amazing.
a patient will have their uniform on, and they'll have all their medals that they received during their military service. It's just so special.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is something we're proud of.
So, okay, you had touched on, let's go back real quick.
Sure.
The pet program. So can you tell me about that?
I sure can. We have a program called Pet Peace of Mind, and it started in 2009. And since the inception of that program, we've helped over 350 of our patients' pets by providing free vet care and grooming, pet food, dog food, cat litter, and transportation by our wonderful volunteers to and from either a veterinarian or a groomer. And that program right now, we have the most success. I'm going to toot the horn of our volunteer department. But we have the most successful program in the United States and the longest running. And as a matter of fact, a few months ago, PBS came. There is a show that they have called Shelter Me, came and did a story on Columbus Hospice's Pet Peace of Mind program.
That is so cool. I hadn't heard about that yet.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It'll air later in 2025, but something that we can't wait to see.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that either.
Yeah.
So, last thing that I can think of right off specifically about y'all
Yes.
is Denim and Diamonds. Girl, tell me.
Oh, it's our largest fundraiser every year. It's October 24th, and we have Clint Black this year, so we're very excited about
Let me
that.
tell you about Clint Black, okay? I'm married, but Andrew, close your ears. So we went out to a venue in Auburn and saw Clint Black, and I don't know if he knows he was making eyes with me, but I was making eyes with him. And at the end of the concert, he did throw me a signed pic. So I feel like I'll see you at Denim and Diamonds.
You know what? I think he's going to recognize you.
I think so.
I think you should bring your pic also.
I will. I'll hold it up. Remember me? Oh, man. So is there anything else about you guys specifically or about hospice in general that you want everyone to know?
Well, Columbus Hospice, we're the only nonprofit hospice in the area. I touched on when we do our fundraisers, every penny that we make from our fundraisers goes directly back into patient care. So that's why Denim and Diamonds is so very important. So.
Well, then make sure that you get tickets. I'm assuming you guys probably still have tables.
We still have some tables left, and tickets are available through Ticketmaster, or they can go to the box office at the Civic Center.
Perfect. Go to it every year. You thought I was letting you off the hook, but actually I'm going to ask one more question.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about you and what made this your passion. Because I know this is not just your job. I know this is your passion.
It really is. I can tell you how I got started at Columbus Hospice. I don't know if you remember, you're probably way too young, but Y2K, Y2K, everybody thought the world was going to shut off. And January 1st of 2000, you know what? We were all still fine. So I decided I was going to give back, but I wasn't sure where. And a commercial came on for Columbus Hospice. And I had never been around anybody who was seriously ill. And I decided that was a calling, and made a call, went through the volunteer training. I started out as a volunteer there in 2000, 25 years ago. And here I am now. A position came open for the volunteer coordinator. I applied, got it, and years later, I do some more things now, but hospice in general is amazing. Columbus Hospice is extremely amazing. They've cared for family members and friends of mine, and I highly recommend our services, our staff. They are just so compassionate, and it's a calling for our clinical staff. I know that.
I'm glad I didn't skip on asking that. I absolutely love this for you. And I can tell you that even after the fact, I had a grandmother who utilized the hospice house. They stay in touch with you afterwards as well, and just kind of make sure that you're doing well. But okay, I'm really going to let you off the hook this time.
Okay,
so until next time, you guys, I'm Raven Fairbanks. This is, we'll call it the Golden Spotlight.
Okay, I love that.
All right, this is the Golden Spotlight, and if there's a specific topic related to seniors that you'd like me to talk about, let me know. Till next time.